When we last left off, Baylen's dad told Colin why they used to call him Leatherface and what would happen if he ever hurts his daughter. And in this episode, Colin hurts his daughter. Hey friends, this is Dee-man Johnson III, and today Hey friends, this is Dee-man Johnson III, and today we're going to talk about Baylen Out Loud, Season 1, Episode 6.
It's my birthday!
Well, happy birthday, Baylen. Today's the birthday episode, and they're also looking for an apartment together. Her and Colin, even though I still think Colin sucks, but sure, let's watch them go apartment hunting.
That's a trigger. I have to push it 3 times.
They don't.
If doorbells are a trigger for you, does that mean you have to press every doorbell along the way until you get to your door? Or is it just your door that's a trigger for? I mean, because if doorbells are a trigger and you're walking through a hallway full of doorbells, I'm just going to imagine you're going to ring every single doorbell 3 times. And when you wake up your neighbors at 3 in the morning, you just look at them and say, hey, I got Tourettes. My bad. Also, you're bald. So in the last episode, during the whole chainsaw thing, this dumbass Colin said that he was gonna make Baylen his first priority. His first priority, says the guy in the military. I'm sorry, but you sold your time and body to your country. And if they say you have to go and fight or just leave, you have to, no matter what Baylen says. So as long as you are in the military, Baylen will never truly be your first priority. Yeah, you can't tell me that Baylen's over here having an episode and then your country calls and it's like, hey, it's time to be deployed. You're like, no, I can't. I have to take care of my first priority. Oh shit. The parents come by to help them look for an apartment because Baylen can't do anything on her own. And at this point I realize that people have been treating Baylen like a child probably her whole entire life. With that in mind, how are you supposed to grow up? I just don't see how you can ever truly become independent if these people are going with you apartment hunting. You know what you have to watch out for. So everything they see is wrong. They're like, look at that. That'll trigger you. There's a wall. You could run into that wall and you'll hurt yourself. Oh, look. There's a floor. You could trip on a floor. And that's why you can't move out, Baylen.
Hey, motherfuckers! Come here!
So obviously she can't have a patio either. God, that's so amazing. I would love to just open up a patio and just scream out obscenities at people. Like, hey, you! You know what you did. So after looking at this apartment, they decide that's not the right apartment. But Baylen tells her mom to f off because she doesn't want them with them to go apartment hunting. Because it's a very personal thing. She wants to find something she likes, not something that her parents like. Because it's not their place, it's her place. So now Baylen and Colin are going on their own for the apartment hunt. Hooray! And now they find this one. So they're getting a tour of this. And since I've watched this twice, I already know they buy this apartment. And my question is, who the f is paying for this apartment? Last time I checked, the military people only made about $40,000. God damn, that's as much as you can make at McDonald's now. I think Baylen has a little stash from all her internet money, and she's probably a little well off. I don't know, I'm just guessing. But yeah, so she's paying for it, while Colin is just what? The golden retriever boyfriend who's in the military? They're planning Baylen's birthday party, so the plan is that they're gonna go to the bar and have both the parents meet. That's right, Colin's far right family with Baylen's more, I guess, left family. I don't really know which political side Baylen falls on, but we do know that Colin's side is ultra conservative. We don't know if it's, KKK conservative, but thankfully they're all white, so we don't have to have a little plot line like they do in the 90 Day Fiancé. It's moving day! Look how many windows there are! I would fucking hate this place. I like to get blackout curtains, and the only time I open them is whenever the sun is rising in the morning. I just like to watch it, and then I immediately close the goddamn curtain like a vampire. So I would hate this place. Can you imagine? You just wake up in the morning like, gotta make some coffee. You step out in the living room and you're just like, oh, man. So they're getting the apartment ready, and Baylen goes up to Colin, who's working his ass off on this project, saying,
Hey, can you help me? I called your name like 6 times.
yeah, you don't think he's working on that project? You want him to just drop everything and do whatever the you want him to do? Okay, whatever. Yeah, so he does that. He drops what he's doing, and then we wonder why nothing gets finished in this house. The parents couldn't finish the bed, and it's hilarious because the whole reason why the parents couldn't finish the bed is because the mom brought this up.
Let's just focus on no babies.
That's right. The mom talks about how Colin is gonna blow their daughter's back out every single night, and the dad has a straight up panic attack. He falls to the ground, and he's done with the bed. So the bed's never made. And then it starts storming, and we find out Baylen doesn't like the storm. She's like my dog. It scares her, and then she gets these lockup tics where like her body likes to just, no, not my coffee. Oh, God. Nobody edit me doing that in any weird way, okay? I don't want to see me on the internet reaching for a penis. If anything, put a cow udder on it, since that's sort of what these look like. So Baylen's locking up because she's seeing the storm, hearing the storm. She can't do any of that, and it makes the parents even more worried. They're like, how the hell can she be alone? She needs her mommy and poppy. And I agree. Like, if Colin is ever gone and she gets into a little ticking thing, she needs somebody there. Especially if she's just banging her head over and over and over on the floor. You'll come in and she'll be dead, and you'll be like, well, goddamn. Maybe the parents were right.
Our bed is still not completely put together.
Now they're bitching about how nothing is assembled in the apartment. It's like, well, no shit, because every time Colin starts something, Baylen makes him stop. Anytime the parents try and do something, the mom brings up something horrifying, and the dad can't do any work either. So as you can see, their whole apartment is a mess. It was really nice, and now it's just all f***ed up. They bought too much stuff that they have to assemble, and they don't know how to assemble stuff. So instead of just doing one thing at a time, they took everything out, and now everything is just half assembled. It's so dumb. I don't know why you do that. Whenever I do a project, like whenever we first got this house and we moved in, I did everything one thing at a time. I'm like, okay, I'm making this table, making these chairs, and just that's what I did, just one thing at a time. If anybody's like, hey, you need to do this, I'm like, nah, man, I'm doing this. Trust me, I'll get on that afterwards, but we got priorities. I don't know why the table's a priority. I guess the bed would be my first priority. Get the bed up. Colin wants to dress up for Baylen's birthday, so he decides that he wants to be a cowboy.
But we're gonna do it with a little twist.
With a twist? Oh God, what twist?
And in the shortest shorts that you can find.
Of course. And I bet you'd be the happiest guy in Daisy Dukes. So he comes up with this plan to get these stupid ass Daisy Dukes, and while he's doing that, it is Baylen's birthday. It's the day of her party, and she's stuck inside the apartment, and she has to stay there because a couch is being delivered. So she has to be there to, you know, accept the delivery, have them come in, have the couch, whatever the you know, but she's getting stressed because she's like, I can't do this because I'm immature and nobody taught me how to be a real adult. So she's freaking out about this stupid couch thing, and it even goes to the point where like she can't get the couch because she needed to reserve the docking bay. So there's this whole part of her running up and down trying to reserve it, and you know, that's part of life. If you can't deal with anything stressful, then you can't move out. I'm sorry. This is just one little stress thing that's gonna be a million little stress things of living on your own. There's just so much shit that you gotta do, and you can't expect Colin to do every goddamn thing. So I don't know. I have to wonder, at what point is it her Tourette's and just her being immature? So Baylen shows up to her birthday party completely flustered and frustrated. And even the sister is like, if they can't even handle a couch, how are they gonna handle everything else? And I'm saying, damn right, man. It should have been the easiest thing. Just, oh, I have to reserve a spot. How do I do that? I can't? Well, guess I can't get my couch. Boom, that's it. Or how do I reserve a spot? Okay, that's how I reserve it. Can I reserve it? Yes, thank you. Give me that spot. All right, you can bring the couch in. Boom, that's it. That's all. Yeah, you're probably going to lose out on some money if you have to reschedule the drop off. I say this, but I'm a cheap bastard and I would hate to reorder or redo anything. I'd be like, no, it happens today. Like I said, Colin looks way too happy in those Daisy Dukes, like they were made just for him. He's like, this is what makes me feel like a man. He shows up with the biggest shit-eating grin, and he thinks everyone's gonna laugh and smile, but then he sees Baylen, and Baylen's just fucking pissed.
Colin, I'm really upset.
Yeah. I mean, okay. So maybe for like the first few things, like a couch being delivered or anything being delivered, maybe Colin should have been there. Maybe he should have been there to show her how you do it first or how to handle stressful situations. But I don't know. I feel like that's not Colin's job. Colin's job was getting these Daisy Dukes on. You know how hard it is to put Daisy Dukes around these fucking thighs? You gotta like grease them up. They like to stop at mid-thigh, and then you know, it's just, you gotta think like Winnie the Pooh. You just gotta, anyway, Colin acts like the biggest bitch in the world, and then he says,
I don't even want to be here.
and he leaves. Oh, you don't want to be here anymore? Oh, can the military man not handle the stress of everyday life? I mean, I get it. I get the frustration. You want to do something cute for your significant other's birthday, and then you show up, and it's just, no, it's ruined. But he's not doing anything cute really for her. It seems like he's doing something cute for himself that he thought would be funny, but you know, Baylen doesn't feel like laughing now. The couch has overly stressed her out. So let's see if this relationship can last the couch. What do y'all think? Comment down below, and if you got this far, please subscribe. I'm proud of you, and you're doing a great job no matter what, so always keep it up. This show is pretty fun. I still get the weird thoughts where it's like, how much is real, how much is over-exaggerated, but as I said in my first video, I'm not gonna go in depth and all that. I'm just gonna leave it as is. We're gonna pretend it's all real until somebody tells us otherwise. All right, guys. Disappearing to the floor. Let me get my sloth on before I do that. All right.